Just received the Newport Vessels NK300 electric kayak motor. So we're going to be doing it. Alright. See what we got here. This is it. Installation. Oh boy. A lot of goodies in here. Bolts, screws, carabiners, lines, cable, okay, some instruction manuals, got battery cable, the cable, and there's the controller itself. Kill switch. There it is. Oh boy. It looks very well made. Strong. Remove this one that I made. And yeah, they look like they will line up. Gosh. I'm going to need both hands for this. There's the mounting bracket. Goes into that mount. Oh boy. I think that's for your steering right here. Just connect those cables I got. Connect them up here already on the kayak. Well, we are installing the Newport Vessels NK300 trolling motor on my Hobie Outback 2020 Hobie Outback. Got a few years on her already, but plenty of use out of it. Still going good. Anyway, I've already installed the mounting bracket. Came with a kit, with the motor kit, and lined up with the 4 holes already in the kayak already pre-drilled and nut under there. 2 of the holes were a little bit offset, so I had to kind of elongate 2 of the little holes a little bit just to make them line up correctly. But they're on there. And they also supplied the quarter inch by 20 bolts on there. They had some bigger ones on there, the 3/8 I believe, but I had noticed that they already had the in case I had the quarter inch on there, and that's what I had. So I found them eventually in the kit, and they work great. They're a little longer, that way they could take up for the thickness of the plate and get plenty of threads into the nuts in there. So that's already on there, and after I started, I decided I'm going to go ahead and make a video, and maybe it'll help somebody out there in case they go for one of these Newport Vessels NK300. And I've seen the videos on it, and boy, this thing is amazing. I've already compared it to the existing trolling motor I had back here, and the weight, it's just slightly less weight than the trolling motor that I had on here. So I think it's around 25 pounds, something like that for that one, and this one was just a little over that. So it'll be a little lighter back here, and well, let's see if we can mount it up there once we get this thing, because most of everything else was already pretty much the way I had my kayak motor set up. I had the 2 lines for the steering, and I had the the lift cord also for raising up the trolling motor in shallow areas. I just need to do some adjustments on the tie off back up there, because they're a little bit different, they're a little bit longer, so I just need to adjust them up there. And all the steering and the lift cord will work with the same ones I had on there, so that'll be some help. But they also provided all new cords and everything for it, but these are still real good, so I'll keep using these and save the other ones for when maybe these go out. Anyway, I'm getting ready to mount it up there. I've already lined up the camera's angle's all right. Lined up this steering adapter here for it was way off to one side, so just lined it up to where it's going straight with the motor, just by loosening up these two bolts and then just twisting it around. Also for the depth, just going by what they're telling me on YouTube right now, that leave about a 3/4 to 1 inch height right here before you tighten these down, so you can get it down to a certain level up there. See if it, try it out there and see if it's good enough. If not, we can just loosen it up and adjust it either up or down some more. Depends on how low you want your prop going in the water. Alrighty, well, let's get this little bar up here they sent for connecting the lift cord. Hook it up here. And this goes in here. Just got to take this bolt off and put it in there and see if it'll work. There it goes. There we go. Let's get her tightened up. Takes a number 10 wrench or socket and tighten her up. As you can see, it's completely loose. I think it's a little offset yet. Let me loosen up the other one so I can twist it a little bit more. Line it up with the motor. Should be. Well, actually, I think it's. No, it does need to move a little bit. Let me loosen the other bolt. And we can turn it just a bit. Alright. Trying to adjust this to be running even with the motor. This will be your steering guide. That's about it, right? It was just a little bit off. Alright, let's tighten them up. Not too tight, because I believe this is some kind of plastic. Whoop. Get this in the right direction. We'll get it, we'll get it. No rush. There we go. Just to go straight up. Boy, so far I've been really impressed with the quality of how this thing is made. Everything looks premium, man. Alright, it's tight, so that's set. This remains loose. That way you can do your turns and all that. Just need to put it up there and use this big pin they provide. See if I can do it. got this hole we've got to go into lined up in here. I don't think it's the hole yet. There it goes. Line it up on this side. There we go. And there it is. Everything looks lined up. Well, then we just get the big plastic nut goes on here. Got another one on this side. Put it up, tighten it down, and then it's got a little clevis pin you can put on there for just in case it breaks loose or something. It won't come off. There we go. Let me check. Alright, now this will be your battery connection and the controller hookup. Alright, we got the motor up there. We've got it on the second hole here. That was kind of recommended on YouTube channel. But we'll just test it out there and then see how it does out in the water. If not, we can move it back up to the first one again, or wherever it runs better. So, alright, let's see, the steering lines are here. The ones from my previous motor. Let's see if we can make them work. I think we just have to adjust the length of them up there. Got some bungee cord up there to anchor them down with, and that way they can stay snug. Oop. There we go. Alright. Now we just need to tie a loop here on this section of bungee cord so it'll remain snug. So I'm going to make the loop right about here. Let's see if that's about right. I think so. Not too tight, but still snug. Alright, just about got these to where they're nice and snug on both sides. There you go. And it's sitting straight out here. So all I need to do when I steer from here. Turn the other way. There we go. I believe that'll work. And we can adjust as we run it out there and see if they're just where we need them. Alright, I think next is going to be hooking up the lift cable. Here it is. This one, I'm going to run it through, make it an easier lift. Hook it up to here. Then run the cable back up through there, little hole up there. And run it through our eyelids down here. Keep it somewhat aligned. Put it in through that one. And we're supposed to be able to pull it It is a little heavy. Not too bad. And I think we'll leave it at that point and test it out for a while and see if I need to make any adjustments. So we're gonna bring it up to where oh, I got it. I'll just run it through here. That way, once I lift it up, I can just lock it in there. It'll hold it up with the locking bracket. That'll work. This is going to come out. That's the old lift cord. So I'll probably bring it up to about here. Put the handle on it. They supply you with a nice little handle here. I think I'll leave an extra line on it just in case I have to make some adjustments later on. Well, it'll be going this way. I should be able to reach it pretty easy from up here. And just make it work. As you can see, I've got the lines already set up for the steering. I'm going to go all the way. It's just the same lines I had for my previous tow motor I had set up, except that's changing over to this one. The Newport vessels NK300. Already mounted the pulley on that, but I'm going to change out this line. It's a little bit too thin for that clipper up here. And it's a little hard for it to grab this small line, so I'm going to make it a little bigger so I don't have any problems out there. And there it is all the way down. Here's how I've set it up. Anchored the end down to one of these up to the pulley, and it makes it a lot easier to pull it up. So I just put a stainless steel clip up here with this pulley that's supplied with the kit, the Newport kit. Get two of these. I won't be hooking up the locking mechanism on this thing. The reverse I use, but I usually on low speed, and at low speed it doesn't kick up. It shouldn't kick up. At least my other tow motor didn't kick up. Unless I put it in high gear, then it would start trying to kick up. But I never need it in high gear, so that'll work fine. If you lose, don't have to run another line out that way. I got the lines hooked up for the battery connection and the controller. I already ran it along there. Got the excess rolled up and temporarily there. If I have to, I'll end up probably just shortening it up, cutting it, and put new ends on it, so I can avoid having to have that roll up there. And but I'll be changing this out in a few minutes here. Put a thicker one, so it'll be a lot more sure to connect it here and pull it up and be able to grab it. As you can see, it tends to slide out. See that? It's just not thick enough. So I'll be doing that today while got plenty of time, because I'm waiting on the battery to get here. 36 volt, 50 amp hour. It's getting out here, but it's all coming by truck probably, because can't put it in airplanes. So I say it'll be here in about another week. It's a long time not going fishing. So anyway, I'll continue with this setup. I'll let this dry out, and while I start working on that line there, that lift line. So plenty to do. Alrighty. Alright, changed out the line already. The thicker, I think it's about a 1/4 inch. And as you can see, it'll grab here a lot better. There it is down. The knob will lay in here and put it through that pulley, anchored it here, and as you can see, all I need to do is get into the shallow areas and just pull, get it through the grippers here, and it stays. See, it's a little thicker, so it grabs it better. And as you can see, the tow motor's up, safely out of the water. Need to let it down. I just let it go down. It's easy. And we got this dangling there for a bit. That didn't take too long. So let me get started on another area of improvements on it. It's supposed to be a lot better, give you a lot quicker places to get to. It's 50%. It's already doing a 5.5 miles, something like that. That's what I'm understanding. Get it 100% on the remote, you'll be hitting up to 6.5 miles per hour. That's really fast for a kayak, cuz. Well, Nico, he's here to keep me company. He's always following me around. It's just me and him and the other one over there somewhere. Amazingly, the battery showed up, and here it is. It's a 38.4 volt, 50 amp hour, weighs 33 pounds. Lead acid battery was weighing 46 pounds, and then it was smaller than this one. So this one's a definite plus for weight wise. So it got here, and it was due by the 13th of July, but man, I'm surprised it showed up yesterday, on the 4th actually. Showed up, and only problem was the charger wasn't with it yet. They contacted the seller and they said they shipped it in 2 boxes. So the other one supposedly should show up by tomorrow, Monday, the charger, so we can charge it up, because it doesn't have much charge right now, and it's not enough to turn on the remote down here, control arm. So we'll be having to wait till tomorrow at least, but at least we don't have to wait till about 13th like they said. So that surprised me. So good job, Amazon. Alrighty, well, we'll continue. Oh, I just finished mounting up this control arm right here. I just had to come up with something to make it sit up in here, since it didn't have any room for the slide hooks up here, back here. Otherwise it'd be too far forward. So I just came up with that right there. Just a couple pieces of metal together, sandwiched, and then overhanging, and then that way I can just come slide it in there. And then over here I did put in one of these and I can't remember what they call these. They slide in there on the bar, just pull it back, comes out, and I can take it off the kayak. Come back in, come back in here, slide it in the back, tighten it up here, and it ain't gonna go nowhere. So I can reach it all right, but don't really have to be using that much. Just set it at a speed I want and comfortable with. Put the safety shut-off valve switch there, and hook it up to me, and in case I fall over or something, it'll quit and not just keep on going without me. So too long, be out there all day probably, going by itself, because that thing is supposed to last a very long time. I think it's if you run it 100%, that's full speed, straight out. It's should last about an hour and about 50 minutes. So that's a long time of running fast, 6.5 miles almost per hour. Without nobody on board, who knows where it might end up. So always wear that safety shutoff adapter, magnetic mount. And that way you fall over, it'll pull that off and it'll shut down the trolling motor. Anyway, like I said, it was pretty easy, just to sandwich a couple of thin aluminum pieces there, one on top of the other. Let it go past it just so you can slide this one in. And then up here, you're just going to have that one, drill a hole through here and line it up, slide it in, and tighten it down, and it ain't going to go nowhere. So we're getting it. Now we just gotta wait for I think everything is pretty much done. All the controls, cables are on. The steering, the two blue ones. We've got the lift already on there. This is the best way to hook it up so it'll make it easy to pull up. Put a pulley up here and anchor it down there and run it up there. And you can just pull through it pretty easy. Look at that. In case you hit shallow areas or grass or something. And up here I've got this locking mechanism there. Just pull the motor up, one-handed. Tie it up. It was in the air. All right, we just pull it up. Both hands here, slide it in there, and it'll grab it, and it'll stay up. Ready to go. You just pull up on it and let her down. There we go. That's got a pretty good balance, I guess, right there. It's kind of sitting straight up. Barely tapped the bottom over there. But it's pretty balanced with the battery there and the motor back there. And then my weight will be right in here, so it'll keep it pretty well centralized to heavier parts. But, well, like I said, we're just waiting for the charger to get here. Should be here tomorrow. And we're going to put this in a battery box so protect it. And it fits in right that other one I have over there. I was using that 12-volt 100 amp hour lithium battery, and this battery is about the same size and it fits in the same battery box, so put it in there and we'll be ready. Alright, that's it for now.